Hey guys, how's it going? I hope you're doing really well as always, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at the Colin Richardson Kemper Pack from STL Tones. So before I get into the guts of this video and start playing and showing you what I've got today, I just want to preface this with if you don't own a Kemper and you're not planning on getting one, but you want to give these tones a go, do not panic. STL themselves have got the Tone Hub, which is like a desktop version of their software. So provided you've got an interface, you can go and download that, download the tones, plug your guitar straight in, and enjoy all these 90 presets that are available on this package. So like I said, 90 presets, right? That's a hell of a lot, and there's all the good stuff in there that you'd imagine. There's boogies, there's PV6505s, 5150s, there's Marshalls in there, all that stuff. And what's nice about it is, even though there's a couple of presets that he's done just at the end of the chain when you're scrolling down through them all, that kind of harken towards like certain albums and certain bands that he's worked with, the majority of it is just really usable profiles, like really good profiles. And that was just one of the things when I first bought the Kemper that I was kind of in the dark with, really. I knew I needed like good metal tones and stuff like that, but I didn't really know where to start. So we just started like going on Rig Exchange looking for like, I don't know, Massa Boogies and stuff like that. And eventually I bought the Lee Malia Kemper Pack as well. If you want me to do a video on that, just drop a comment down below. I'll happily do that for you. So I was using that for a while, especially with like clean tones. So some of that is really good. But I wanted some really sort of, I can't explain it. Colin Richardson's got that really shiny, shimmery, metallic thing going on with his production and his guitar tones and stuff like that. That's the only way I can explain it. And I've always sort of been after that, I guess. And finally, we've got this Kemper Pack. So downloaded that, and boy, it's really good, and they're really well done profiles, which is nice. They're really usable profiles. Like I said, there's 90 of them, so if you're not finding it on a certain one, chances are what you're looking for in the heavy metal realm, it's going to be in there if you're after that sort of Colin Richardson sound, I guess you could say. The other thing that I will say is, despite the fact that there's a couple of profiles in there that he's done based on the bands that he's worked with, it's not just, hey, you're going to sound like For My Valentine, hey, you're going to sound like Slipknot, and that's it. Like I said, the rest of them, and even those profiles themselves that are based on the bands, they're not just for that sound. They could be used for absolutely anything. Like I said, they're just really good, clear, pristine profiles. The other thing that I wanted to mention as well, if you go on the STL YouTube channel, there's a couple of like interviews with Colin, and they were kind of talking about how these profiles are just kind of like a baseline for you to turn into whatever you're looking for, if that makes sense. So for instance, you might go on there, you might turn one on, 6505, or hell, one of the the presets with the bands like For My Valentine and Machine Head and all that stuff. You might turn that on, and you might think, oh, well, that needs a bit more gain, or I need more reverb on that. And the nice thing about it is you've got all that available to you. You can tweak them and get them exactly right. So all in all, I've been really impressed with this package. And what I'm going to do for you now, I'm going to play through two of the presets that are on there that lean toward the bands that he's worked with. Then I've got a couple of clean tones to show you as well. So yeah, let's get into it. So the first one that I've got loaded in is called Not Hopeless, which is obviously a reference to All Hope Is Gone, Slipknot, right? So yeah, it's based off of a Marshall JVM, okay, which I was quite surprised to see, because I don't know, I don't associate Slipknot with Marshall, but either way, I trust Colin. You know, he was there, he was doing it. This is his thing. This is what we've got. So we got Marshall JVM that's going through a Massa cabinet 4x12 with V30 speakers. It also comes with an optional distortion pedal on that and some delay and reverb. These are going to be out the box tones. I've not tweaked these at all, okay? Because I wanted to give you guys the pure idea of what you're getting when you load these up into Tone Hub or on your Kemper or whatever. This is actually what you're getting, okay? I'm going to play around with this tone to start with, the Not Hopeless one. I'll switch the distortion on and off as well. You'll hear how that gives you a little bit more of a boost. And I'll play around with the delays and reverbs as well. So you can see how that one's kind of a little bit more dialed back because I haven't switched the, I think it's a tube screamer he's got in front of this one when you click on it on the Kemper. So I'll dial that in now. I've just got the Profiler foot pedal in front of me. That's how I'm switching sounds, right? But that sounds like perfect for like a song like Dead Memories, for instance, because you want the definition in there. You don't want like a shed ton of chunk and distortion over that. But when it comes into there, you might want a little bit more bite. So let's switch the distortion on. And you can see now how that's a lot more full in terms of like distortion and stuff like that. So let's keep going. Like I said, they're so clear, the profiles, they're pristine. So like I said, that might be leaning towards what he did on All Hope Is Gone and stuff like that. But again, it's super usable. It's not just got that sound, you know what I mean? I'll find myself using these for my stuff, you know, other stuff, rather than just like, oh, I'm just going to play Slipknot with that, you know what I mean? You're not just set into one band with these. So I'm going to stick the delay and reverb on now, and let's just see what that sounds like. Super responsive. Absolutely love it. So I'm going to pull the delay and reverb back off now. So this is just going to be the main sound of the amp with the distortion pedal in front of there. I probably should have learned that riff properly before I played it. But there you go. That gives you a little bit of an idea of what that one sounds like. So that's your Not Hopeless or your All Hope Is Gone kind of sound. Like I said, when you first throw this one on, the distortion pedal is not on. So you're just going to end up with something like that. Which is sometimes what you want. Sometimes you don't want like all out fizz and distortion, especially when you're tracking, double tracking guitars and stuff like that. You find that you pan a guitar left and right. If they're just far too gained up, things start getting really muddy. So this, you know, this being a little bit dialed back is a good thing. But But then distortion pedal goes on. And there it is. You've got like the full gained up version of it. Okay, so that's your Not Hopeless. All Hope Is Gone, Slipknot S kind of tone. Let's move on to the next one. So this next one that I've got, this is probably the one that my channel bunch have been waiting for, because I do a lot of this band on my channel. This is the Poison Valentine preset, which is, you guessed it, it's based off of For My Valentine and the Poison days. And I wouldn't say just that either, because I've used this quite a bit recently. I did a 4 Words to Choke Upon cover when this thing first came out, just to see how it sounded, and it really worked. It was really good. But also, I just did a Paralyzed off the new album and used this exact same preset, okay? And it worked perfectly for that as well. So again, you know, you're not just stuck with these profiles that are just one-trick ponies. Do you know what I mean? These will cover like a range of different sounds. Like I said, they're just well done profiles that are incredibly usable. So this one, the Poison Valentine, as they've called it, it's a 6505 PV. That's going into a Mesa Boogie cab, 4x12 with V30 speakers again. And again, this one has the option of sticking on the distortion pedal. It's the green screen on the profile again, so based off of a Tube Screamer, I'm guessing. So this one comes with delays and reverbs as well. I've not touched these. These are literally just what's out the box to give you the best idea. But like I said, if you've not got enough of something, you can always dial it up and get exactly what you want. Okay, so let's give this one a go. So Poison Valentine, here we go. So that's it without the distortion pedal on. Now, with it on, you'll find that it starts to come to life a little bit more. Something like that. I'm going to stick here the delay and the reverb on now that comes with it. So there you go, there's a playthrough of Poison Valentine, which is the 6505, pretty much based off of what he's done with Bullet for My Valentine through their career. It wasn't just the Poison that Colin worked with them on, as well as the EP. He was with them through Scream Aim Fire, I believe, as well as Venom and Fever as well. So those real kind of shiny metal sounds, I keep using this word shiny, that's the only word I can think of when it comes to his production, his engineering. It's got that shiny sort of sound those albums have. So like I said, usable presets, right, or usable profiles, not just for Bullet My Valentine, Slipknot. There's a lot to be found here. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is some of the clean tones. It's not just you know, a balls out metal pack, even though there's 90 profiles on there for you to dig through and have fun with. There's a couple of clean tones on there as well. This first one I've got is a 5153. Again, this is the tone out the box, so to speak. It comes with a tremolo on it, so a little bit of wobble, right? And there's some delay and reverb on this as well. And yeah, I think this clean tone is absolutely stunning. So let's give it a go. So there you go. There's an example of one of the clean tones you can get out of this pack. That's the 5150, okay, on the clean channel. Again, that's going through a Marshall 4x12 with V30 speakers. Like I said, there's just a touch of delay and reverb, not to my usual amounts, I might add, because you guys on my channel know what I'm like when it comes to reverb. I use far too much, but hey, that's my jam, right? But yeah, I think this this tone is really nice. So that's that one. Now let's move on to the next one. So the next tone I've got for you again is a clean tone, okay? This is actually a John Petrucci or a JP22 Massa Boogie, a signature amp. And I think this is probably my favorite clean tone out of the batch, okay? Again, it's running through a 4x12 Marshall with V30 speakers. And this one's got a bit of chorus on it as well as delay and reverb. Again, out the box tone, haven't touched any of the settings. This is exactly what you're going to get when you download this thing and stick it on. And this kind of reminds me of, well, I'll play the riff and you'll get it. Yeah, that straight up reminded me of Locust, right? Or Rob Flynn's clean tone. It's just got that low sort of chorusy, dark sound to it. And I'm tuned down to a drop B now as well, so that probably helps with the sound as well. And I've got some quite thick strings on here. I've got 12 through the 60. So we've got, and especially on the neck pickup as well, it makes for a really warm sound. So yeah, let's play around with it some more. Like I said, the chorus pedal is on, and delay and reverb's on as well. So there you go. There's that tone. That's the JP22 clean. Now, when I got that one out the box, I automatically thought to myself, as much as I liked it, I thought that's a little bit too crispy for a clean tone for me, for want of a better expression. There's just a little bit of gain on there. And I thought to myself, I wonder what I can achieve with this just by tweaking it. So I started playing around with it. I reduced some of the gain. I played with the delay a little bit as well. And I think I came up with something quite close to, I don't know, what you bullet heads would probably want from this, okay? So I'm going to move over into my fifth bank now. This is the same tone. It's the JP22, okay? But I've tweaked it, okay? And let's see what it sounds like. I've just cleaned it up a little bit. It's not quite as overdriven. So this is what we've got. Move that into the middle as well for you as far as the pickups are going. So there you go. I find that a little bit more usable for things like Tears Don't Fall, or even, you know, like Cries in Vain. So there you go. That's my take on the clean tone, and that just shows you that, again, these tones out the box, they're sort of I don't know, they give you like a bass line. I think I mentioned this earlier. Sorry if I'm going back over myself here, but they give you like a bass line, a really good tone to start with. But you might find that you need more of this, less of that in it, and you are free to take it away and or push as much as you want, and it still sounds good, you know. Originally, this was a little bit more overdriven and maybe a little bit more flat sounding, shall I say. So I've just pushed the presence a little bit just to get the notes to pop out a little bit more. And yeah, for me, it's become a little bit more usable. As cool as the other one is for all the... that is really cool and everything. But for me, especially when I'm doing like bullet covers and stuff like that, I need something a little bit more... a little bit cleaner. So there you go. There's my take on that clean tone. Just cleaned it up a little bit, so to speak, and it just shows you as well what can be achieved through like tweaking and stuff like that. So lastly, what I want to show you again is another one that I've tweaked, and it's just a lead tone that I've made. And I say that I haven't really done a whole lot. This again is the Poison Valentine tone, the rhythm tone that I was using earlier. And all I've done is I've tried to make just a little bit more of a wide, delayed, reverbed lead tone. The only thing I've done on this is I think I pushed the gain a little bit, and I've just drenched it in delay and reverb. vibes. So again, maybe too much reverb for most, but I don't know. When it comes to writing and stuff like that, the way I find I get like the creative ideas flowing and stuff is making my tones sound as big as possible. So I just layer it in reverb and delays and stuff. When it comes to recording, it might be a different story, but in here right now, having it turned up with all that on and you just sound like you're playing in Madison Square Garden or whatever. Yeah, I think it's really sort of like, I don't know, inspiring, I guess you could say, when it comes to writing and playing and stuff like that. So again, just another example of what you can get out of this pack. So that's been my 6 tones, I guess you could say, from today. The first one was the Not Hopeless one, which was the Slipknot thing. Again, you know, you can play Slipknot riffs on them, and you could probably track with it, Slipknot stuff, and it would sound similar 100%. But again, it's not just hardwired into being that or making you sound like that one band. Second one is the Poison Valentine one, which a lot of you wanted me to cover, so there's that. And that's literally what my last lead tone was based off of. The other ones were the 2 clean ones. You got the 5150 3, and you got the JP22 as well, which is what my tweaked clean tone that I've been using myself is based off of. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this. If I've missed anything or you want me to cover anything else specifically, just please ask down in the comments down below. It feels like absolute ages since I've done one of these and I've sat down and I've chatted with you guys. It's all been covers recently just due to time and stuff like that. Like I said, if you want me to go over the Lee Malia rig from STL as well, I'll happily do that for you guys. Just let me know down in the comments below and we'll do a similar sort of format. And I'll play through some of the tones for you and some of the riffs and stuff like that and show you what it sounds like. But today, that's been not even the tip of the iceberg of that Colin Richardson Kemper Pack. Like I said, there's 90 presets on there. If these tones didn't do it for you today, but there's 90 presets on there for you to go digging through really nice, pristine, good, usable profiles. And lastly, what I will say as well is if, you know, you're thinking to yourself, well, that didn't sound like For My Valentine. You might have been playing the riffs. It just sounds like any other distorted amplifier. That Poison Valentine one really started to shine when I was tracking 4 words to choke upon. When I put that in there, it was like, that's it. That sounds like it. So sometimes, you know, just jam along with the tracks with it and you'll just hear how well it sits in the mix with it, especially if you're recording a cover like I was. It was like everything I'd ever been looking for, especially for that album. So there you go. Right. I've waffled on and spoken for far too long now. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Lastly, as far as plugs go, podcast, me and Matt the Riff Master, we got Loud and Proud podcast. That's out every other week, generally on a Wednesday. So the next podcast will actually be next week. We're going to be filming it tomorrow, where we talk all things guitars, heavy music, stuff like that, and just have a good time. If you're new here, please consider hitting the like button. If you enjoyed this video, if you want to subscribe, that's always really appreciated as well. We are well on our way to 900 subscribers right now, which is absolutely huge. So thank you so much for your support. Let me know what you want to see in the next video. Let me know what you thought of this video down in the comments below, and I will see you guys very soon. Take care, guys. Peace.